So Pursuit Minerals has a portfolio of advanced vanadium projects in Scandinavia that we're progressing through to pre-feasibility studies. Myself, I've done 30 years in the mineral exploration business. I worked for BHP for 11 of those years in projects in Australia, Africa, and subsequent to leaving BHP, I've done 5 ASX listed companies and been managing director of those. So it's been an interesting career. Yeah, so working in Scandinavia, access to infrastructure is a really big positive for us. So the projects that we were able to pick up, so we went and acquired ground by just pegging historical resources on open ground in Finland and in Sweden. And both those countries have very good infrastructure and particularly power. For vanadium projects, access to cheap power is really important. And we have the advantage of power costs about half to a third of what equivalent projects in Australia have. So that's very advantageous for us. And Finland's consistently rated the #1 country, low sovereign risk for doing development of mineral projects. So, you know, we're in really good countries to be developing these sorts of projects. Yeah, we've been acquiring a lot of historical data and we've been able to progress our projects very rapidly through using that historical data. So on our Kortelainen project in Finland, we were able to define an exploration target, which is a large vanadium resource that we have, and it produces a very high-grade magnetite. So that recently came out, and so now what we're working on is a scoping study to define economics for that, and then that'll be a key decision point early next year for moving that project into a pre-feasibility study. And the way we're doing that rapidly is just by going back and accessing and assaying all of the historical core, and from that we can build an inferred resource, then an economic model, and that brings us to a scoping study conclusion, and then from that move into a pre-feas. On our lead project in Sweden, another vanadium project, we're going to be doing a drill program in the next couple of weeks, and then that will lead into an inferred resource, a scoping study, and then a decision point. So early next year, first quarter, we'll have our 2 main projects at decision points around pre-feasibility studies, and we would have done that in a period of about 6 months, very rapidly. Yeah, we have a very small team of people, and we've deliberately done that to keep our sort of fixed costs down. So we utilise a group of consultants out of northern Sweden who are very experienced in operating in that part of the world. And back in Australia, we've got a small team in our head office in Brisbane. Our exploration manager, we've worked together for 14, 15 years now. He's got a PhD in structural geology, done a lot of project developments, and I guess our skill set is taking advanced exploration projects, defining resources, doing scoping and pre-feasibility studies, bankable feasibility studies. We've done that on a number of projects around the world, in Western Australia, in Canada, Southern Africa. So that's sort of our niche and our speciality, and that's what we're looking to do on these vanadium projects in Scandinavia, and get them through to key decision points around scoping studies, and then move them forward from there. Yeah, I think the key things, we're in the right commodity, being vanadium. It's the right time to be in vanadium. The price is very well supported. Looking to the near term, the price looks like it's going to continue to be high. So right commodity in terms of vanadium, the new energy metal, at the right time, and also in the right location. I mean, Finland and Sweden, Finland, #1 jurisdiction for developing mineral resource projects. So yeah, I think those are the key takeaways: right commodity, right time, right location. Yeah, it's been really good. I mean, the fact that you're talking to people that are interested in your projects, they're coming to see you specifically, they're interested in our case in vanadium, and they're looking at making investment decisions. So having that sort of one-on-one contact with people that are really focused on what you are doing is, yeah, it's been really good.